What is up, guys? My name is P and welcome back to the Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire walkthrough. As always, 100 likes would be super appreciated on this video, and I'll upload the next part as soon as humanly possible. In the last episode, we concluded the Delta episode, a series of events in the post-game of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, by capturing Deoxys and thus saving the planet, and it was just amazing. They really went above and beyond with the aftergame in this game, and yeah, it was just really good. In this episode, we're going to begin the hunt for every single legendary Pokemon that are in Hoenn in these games. We're going to begin with capturing, hopefully, at least encountering, Ho-Oh, who is exclusive to Pokemon Omega Ruby. Lugia, its counterpart from the second generation, is exclusive to Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. However, the steps I'm going to show you guys can be applied to both games to encounter and capture either one of the legendary Pokemon. The steps are actually rather complicated, and you guys are going to see right now as I explain them. I don't think I could have figured it out by myself. So yeah, hopefully these steps are actually going to help you be able to obtain these legendary Pokemon in your game. So you're going to want to head to Seymourville, which is just on Route 108, which is past Juford Town, en route to Slateport City. So we are just going to head to this little blip on the map. On the bottom screen you can see the map, so if you guys are a little bit lost, just go exactly where I'm going and you're going to know exactly what to do. You're going to want to head here onto this little abandoned shipwreck right here, which is pretty awesome. We're going to want to continue using the rappel. And you're going to want to go to the basement in this place. And I'll show you guys where that is in just a second. I'm going to wait for this guy to spin around because I'm not too sure if we actually take him on. He probably isn't a trainer. I just don't want to take him on. You're going to want to head to the basement and you're going to want to grab an item by the name of the scanner. The scanner you have to take to Captain Stern, who is located at Slateport City. And he's going to give you either the Clear Bell or the Tidal Bell, depending on which game you're playing. The Tidal Bell is obviously Pokemon Alpha Sapphire for Lugia, and the Clear Bell is for Ho in Pokemon Omega Ruby. Unfortunately, there is no way to encounter the other Pokemon, Lugia in Omega Ruby, Ho in Alpha Sapphire. So that's a shame, but yeah, if you have a friend you can trade with to get the Pokedex entry for either one, that's good. Or you can just transfer them over from other games, I guess. Or use the GTS, or whatever. You can use whatever. There'll be high demand on the GTS. You can get whichever Pokemon you want with these legendary Pokemon, which is really nice. So, anyway, we're going to head to the basement here. I think the location of the scanner is the same every time you, I don't know, visit here. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about finding it. It actually seems pretty complicated on the surface, but fortunately I've done this 4 times now just to see if it changes and stuff, and the location has remained the same every single time. So go to the exact spot I'm about to head to and you will be able to pick it up. It is located around here. There is something glimmering faintly in the water where you pick it up. And this is the scanner. This is the item we need to take to Captain Stern, who is, again, located at Slateport City. He's located at the docks. So we're going to head there. We're going to fly there as soon as we get off the ship. I maybe should have brought a Sharpedo, so this would be just a little bit quicker, but I don't mind so much. I don't mind. I like using Latios and Rayquaza as my HM slaves. Latios isn't really an HM slave. I have used it as a main Pokemon throughout the course of this adventure, so yeah, it's not like I'm totally being mean to our Latios, because our Latios has served us well. Anyway, we're going to get off the ship right there and you can now fly. I actually am using Rayquaza to fly around now instead of using the Eon Flute, just because it's quicker, I guess. I don't want to have to activate that little cutscene flying up until the skies and stuff like that, just to navigate through Hoenn. Anyway, once you're in Slateport City, just simply go to the docks, which are right here, and he's going to be really interested in your scanner. This is required to be able to even encounter Ho or Lugia, depending on which game you're playing. So yeah, that could make our expeditions really take off. Would you do me a favor and let me take that scanner off your hands? Yeah, that's fine. He's going to exchange it for the Clear Bell, or the what's we call it, bell in Alpha Sapphire. The bell figures in old legends from the Johto region. It's pretty nice to have. When I was working on Sea Morville, I had a lad working under me who was from those parts, and he gave me that. I'm just like, maybe Gold visited Sea Morville. Maybe he visited Hoenn a few years back. I don't know. Pretty cool little piece of, I don't know, trivia right there. You're going to want to fly to Sea Morville, which you can fly to directly, I believe, which is really nice. And depending on which game you're playing, you either want to stay on the top deck if you're playing Omega Ruby to encounter Ho, or if you're playing Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, you're going to want to go back down to the basement. And I'm unsure on the exact location of Lugia in the basement. There might be a picture on screen right now, there might not be. The clear bell starts to ring in our bag, and I believe if you head all the way up here, you're going to see the portal for Ho-Oh. Now, something that you guys might be interested in is that all these shiny Pokemon I'm going to be encountering from here on out, they're not shiny locked. If you actually want to encounter these as a shiny, if you want a soft reset to encounter shiny versions of these Pokemon, you can. And that's amazing. They'll have 3 guaranteed IVs, and yeah, it's really cool. It's a really amazing feature in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Legendary Pokemon have been, unfortunately, shiny locked for the last couple of Pokemon games, but this means that Pokemon like Ho-Oh, like Reshiram and Zekrom, like Lugia, all these Pokemon you can encounter as shiny now, and that's great. I might do that. I might try and soft reset for a Pokemon at some point, because I don't know, it'd be really fun to do that. But I don't know, I have to focus on videos, especially because I'm going to be super busy going out over the next couple of days. So I don't know, I'll try and do that for a video, but right now I really can't. But yeah, shiny versions of these Pokemon are available if you so want to reset. The odds, if you have the shiny charm, I believe are about 1 in 670 or something like that. So they're actually pretty decent odds. It's better odds than any other Pokemon game, which is really handy. If you don't have the shiny charm, it's about 1 in, I don't know, 4096. No, I might have been wrong with my shiny charm. I think that's for Masuda breeding. No, for shiny charm, it's 1 in like 1000 and something. So I don't know. They're pretty good odds. Of course, it's still going to take a while for you to be able to encounter these shiny Pokemon, even if you have the shiny charm, but it's just nice. It's nice just having the chance of being able to run into a shiny Pokemon completely randomly. Anyway, Her is going to be pretty difficult to capture, so is Lugia. They both have capture rates of 3, which I think means it has a capture rate of, I don't know, 0.8% or something like that, something ridiculous like that, something really challenging like that. But I don't know, we'll keep on throwing Ultra Balls until we're able to capture it. Yeah, so it's really nice that these Pokemon are in these games. Like, there was something, I made a video way back in like May saying what I wanted in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and one of the main things was legendary Pokemon. I wanted there to be an abundant amount of legendary Pokemon, and what's really good is you can soft reset for these Pokemon. You can use a synchronizing Pokemon like Routes or Mashana or something like that to be able to get the nature you want, and you can soft reset for more than 3 IVs. These Pokemon come guaranteed with 3 IVs, which is pretty crazy, which is really nice. So if you guys want to, I don't know, build yourself an Uber's team, build yourself a team full of legendary Pokemon, the opportunity is there right now, and that's really cool. Anyway, we are going to just continue on here. We're going to try and capture it. At some point, I might skip to where I actually just capture it, so we'll see. We'll see. It is probably going to take a while. I didn't use the capture O-Power, but it doesn't really matter, because all that does is save time. It's especially useful if you're trying to soft reset for IVs or shininess with this Pokemon. But we'll see, we'll see. Anyway, Ultra Ball. Please capture, that'd be super nice. I'm not going to use the Master Ball on any of these legendary Pokemon, I think. I think that'll be a bit of a waste. I'll probably save it for a legendary, for a shiny Pokemon. Maybe a shiny legendary Pokemon, we'll see. I think even Pokemon like Regice and Regirock and Pokemon like that, they can also be encountered shiny. Reshiram and Zekrom can be encountered shiny for the very first time, which is crazy, which is really, really nice. The only shiny locked Pokemon in these games are Rayquaza, Groudon, Kyogre and Deoxys, which is a shame that you can't encounter those shiny, but yeah, oh well. At least we can actually soft reset and, I don't know, encounter versions of those Pokemon with really good IVs. Yeah, at some point I think what I'm going to do is just cut until when I capture this Ho-Oh, because it's going to get very time consuming. So we'll throw one more Ultra Ball and then I'll cut to capturing it. So yeah, that'll be really, really nice. It'd be nice if Lugia was also in Pokemon Omega Ruby and a Ho-Oh in Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, but oh well, there's nothing we can really do. Keep shaking once, which is a little unfortunate. I'm going to skip until when I capture it, so yeah, I will see you guys in just a second. Capture. 1, 2, 3. I literally said capture. I was getting so annoyed because this was my third reset. I was just like, capture. I just wanted to say that into the microphone because that was my old trick with older Let's Plays, to say capture whenever I encountered, well, whenever I was trying to capture legendary Pokemon. Yeah, I'm so glad that I finally caught it. Finally, that took so long. Anyway, that's how to capture Ho-Oh and Lugia in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. In the next legendary video, we're going to take on the legendary beasts, Entei, Raikou and Suicune. I'll show you guys how to capture them. So I will see you guys in the next video. A like as always would be really appreciated, and peace out.